Brand new season. Your expectations for this year?
Wow. Well, obviously the expectation of reaching postseason play is always there. The expectations now that we've got a year under our belt, as a unit, as a group, as a family, is is a lot different. Just from the standpoint that these kids know me now. We're not rushed to teach a lot of the baseball expectations. Those things are expected, and they become standards and not expectations. So as we prepare and really get our focus razor sharp, we can start teaching some of the finer points, which I think will help us in some of those close ball games. Hopefully tip the scales in our favor, whether it's adding some additional pressure to defenses, or not getting quite as deep into our pitch count with our guys, or safety squeezing a run home, when it's when common sense tells you to maybe let them swing away. I think we're all on the same page in terms of doing things to help each other win. But I think in terms of this year's expectations, they don't change. I want these kids to be superior in the classroom, superior on the field, superior in the community, and I want them to be elite in that regard. So those things don't change. They're not expectations, they're standards. But we really want to achieve a second season. We really want to make sure that these guys do everything that they can to position themselves at the end of the regular season to continue to play.
Coach, you guys have a lot of kids coming back this season. Kids that were young last year.
Yeah.
They have at least a year more under their belt this season. Who are some of those guys, and what do you expect from them?
Wow. I think it all starts with pitching. Pitch, play, defense, and we got some solid guys that do both of those things. Starts off with junior Jacob Guzman. He's played a lot of elite summer ball. He's worked extremely hard in the off season to elevate his velocity, and we're working on honing in on his control. He's a returning all district guy. Cy Campos, another arm that has developed and worked extremely hard in the off season. He's working on a third and a fourth pitch right now. In terms of backup roles, we've got Cash Benavides, who's a sophomore, played 2 ways for us last year, ended up eating up some important innings, and then played several different positions on the infield, which alleviated some of the things that we were worried about in terms of injury and depth. RJ Carrillo, who's a junior, all-district utility guy. He's going to hopefully, lock down second base in the middle infield with Isaiah Aguilar, who's a senior. He's our quarterback, had an outstanding football season with a lot of accolades, and we hope that transfers over to the Diamond and help us win. Aaron Adiano, who was a DH, did a lot of good things for us at the plate towards the end of the year, and has really shown early on this year that he's poised for an all-district run offensively, and we'll try to find a home for him either on the corner or behind the plate. So those are some solid guys. We have Ethan Benavides, who's a senior catcher, played football this past year, and early on has seen a lot of leadership qualities out of him, and so yeah, there's a lot of positives in terms of our pitching game and our defensive game that I think is going to allow us to be in a lot of ball games early.
Coach, is there an area that you think you guys are much more improved this year compared to maybe last year?
Pitching. I think pitching and our defense is much improved. I think we tried to instill a certain offensive game plan in our guys last year that may not have been the right fit. But we've got tremendous team speed, and we've got high contact kind of kids. I don't kid myself and think that we're going to have power numbers, but I think in terms of getting on, getting over, and getting in, I think if we simplify some of the things that we need to do at the plate in terms of approach, I think we're going to be able to score more runs in bunches versus hope for that big inning, where we're going to drive home, 2 or 3 just with one swing of the bat. So, I think in terms of improved areas, defense, pitching is much improved, and I think if our offense can kind of catch up to where we'd like to be and what we've set out as our goals, we're going to be a pretty tough ball club.
Coach, some key games this season for you guys, district-wise. I mean, I would imagine they're all key games, but
well, you need to win the games you can win. Obviously, it's not a secret that graduation affected this district. I think pretty impactfully. But you're still going to have to line up against Cal Allen and GP return some kids. I know Teloso has some solid kids, and don't ever count out Flower Bluff. But in terms of winning games, you've got to be able to win the games that you can win. You don't give any games away. You'd like to maybe try to rob one from a Cal Allen, and you'd like to try to sweep some of the other the Telosos and the GPs of the world. You'd like to take 2 from those guys. But again, winning the games that you can win and that you can win, and trying to steal 1 or 2 from the top dogs, and then scratch and claw your way for the ones that you shouldn't win, but you find ways to win. So
right.
At least that's kind of how we're going to go about this year.